Fatherhood is more than presence, it's power, it's protection. And when it's missing, the damage runs deep. In this episode of the Wins or Lessons podcast, I sit down with Jerome Davis, a black gay man whose father chose the streets over being a parent.
It wasn't until I was in therapy one time and I acknowledged it and was like, I'm becoming like my father.
And I opened up about losing my father at just 12 years old. And I don't know, I really needed that guidance, that male figure guidance growing up, and I didn't have it at all. Everybody's busy, and I had to figure it out on my own. We're not just telling stories, we're exposing scars. The emotional chaos, the relationship that broke, the identities we had to build without guidance, but also the healing. The hard conversations, the accountability it takes to break generational cycles. This isn't about blame, it's about truth. Because until we face fatherlessness has stolen for us, we can't reclaim who we're meant to be. This is Wins and Lessons, and this one might change how you see fatherhood forever. Wins and Lessons. Welcome to the Wins and Lessons podcast. Here we talk about there's no losses in life, only lessons. And today we have the incredible Jerome Davis in the house.
What's up?
Jerome in the house. Can we talk about how you got the name Jerome? Because we're going to start off real quick.
So I got my name from the TV show Martin. I was supposed to be named Charles. Mm-hmm. And my mom went into labor in the hospital. She was watching Martin. And Jerome came in the room and she was like, I'm going to name my son Jerome.
Why not Martin? Like, Jerome is the most outrageous character.
I feel like she knew my personality was going to be like off the wall. So she was like, that's going to be my son's name.
Yeah, you had Tommy, you had Cole. She chose Jerome. Yeah, that's cool though, but it suits you. You look like a Jerome. You look more like a Jerome than a Martin, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Charles.
Yeah. I feel like Charles is like, I don't want to say old. No offense to whoever name is Charles.
Like when I think about Charles, I think about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Say I miss my Uncle Charles.
I think about like Ray Charles.
Ray Charles, there you go. That's another one too. Today we're gonna have a real deep, serious conversation about fatherhood and the lack of fatherhood and the consequences of the lack of fatherhood. And I'm gonna speak about my experience because my father died 30 years ago in 1995. And Jerome gonna speak about his experience because you said your father chose the streets instead of being a father to you. So let's start with that.
Well, I didn't reconnect with my father until I turned 22.
22. Okay.
We kind of first reconnected when I was 16, but that kind of like fizzled out a little bit. I felt like because the relationship with my mom didn't work with him, he kind of held that against me. And also my sexuality, I kind of felt like that played a part in the picture as well.
So you feel like since you were an openly gay man, your father seen you as an openly gay man and didn't want to be a part of your life. That's how you felt.
Correct.
But was that the case?
I won't say that wasn't the case.
Okay.
I kind of felt like, because he has other kids, so it's 5 of us on my dad's side. I'm the second oldest. I have an older brother, different years, but we're 3 days apart. So now that I'm older, I honestly get it, being like a black man and all that he was going through and dealing with. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand now. And the conversation me and him had where we first reconnected, I kind of like went off on him and told him how I felt. Everything since I was like little growing up, like that plays an effect in your life, especially being a black man in America and not having that male figure.
Yeah. Wow. So how did he take you going off on him? Was it like he was pushing back? Was he like hesitant, like standoffish? Like, wait, who do you think you talking to him? Your father still? Like,
I think he took accountability for it because I think he realized, well, I'm getting older and I'm going to need my kids.
Yeah.
And we talked about everything from the past to my sexuality. And he was like, your sexuality doesn't matter. He was like, I have family members. I have friends. He was like, I love you for you because, I created you.
Yeah. And when you heard him say that to you, how did that make you feel? Like,
I felt like that was like a relief off of my chest, off of my shoulders. Because I don't think any father wants their child to, I won't say be part of that community. I think he was more worried about how the world was going to view me and treat me.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, grew up in New York, right?
Well, I was actually born in Jersey.
Born in
So
Jersey,
I
but
was
still north.
that up
Yeah.
north,
hmm
North New Jersey, Brick
Yeah.
City, shout out. That's where Whitney Houston is from.
Okay, Whitney Houston. I mean, that's a good thing, right? She got a great, she's the best singer of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good thing. Who else from Brick City?
We got a couple of people, Faith Evans, Lauren Hill, the Fugees. This is where
You
it's
can't
at.
mix Lauren Hill and the Fugees together. It's the same group.
I mean, when Lauren Hill separated, that's, you know.
I think that's pretty dope. It's just like you said, the reassurance of that wasn't the case and he was welcoming. But I want to kind of piggyback on something you said of, I guess, a father don't want to hear that his son is gay.
Correct.
I'm not gonna lie. Like me personally, and I told my son this. I said, if he was ever come out and say he's gay, I'm okay with it as long as you with somebody that loves you for who you are and you have a partnership and you building a relationship with somebody for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people out there that is just single by themselves, upset, mad at the world, and it's like I'd rather you be with somebody than be that person by themselves because you could do a lot more with it. An individual by your side you could do by yourself. So I'd rather that in life. So I mean, I guess some fathers may feel like that, but I'm not one of those fathers. So I wouldn't be like that. But I want to think I'm more of the majority than the minority, especially in today's time.
I
In that
think
sense.
it comes to where a lot of people think what the world thinks of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will side with the world rather than side with their significant other or biological child because of what other people think. And growing up, I've experienced that. Like, I've had people come up to my family members, especially like growing up, was like, you accept this, like he's going to hell. Like, my grandmother went to church faithfully and people stopped speaking to her because she accepted me for who I was.
That's crazy. But actually it's not that crazy. That's more expected because the ignorance of people. Damn. So I don't know. I know this is about both of us, but I'm still so interested about this. How did that make you feel growing up, seeing the people just even push back at your grandmother?
I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
But she stood 10 toes down. Like, she stood on business. She was like, if you call yourself, I hate this, going down this lane, like a Christian, like, why are you shunning people away? She was like, I'm going to respect everybody the same. I'm going to love on that person. I may not agree with the decisions they make, but at the end of the day, I still love them.
Yeah. Shout out to grandma for that one, man. Shout out to grandma for that. But I guess I could go back to my experience of, my dad, same thing in the streets, and him being in the streets is the reason why he passed away. And I don't know, it was a void. It was a void. It was a void of trying to find out who I am as a man. Of course, right? You're going to look at TV, you're going to listen to music, you're going to see what other people are doing. And I don't know, I really needed that guidance, that male figure guidance growing up, and I didn't have it at all. Everybody else older, they was all busy, you know what I'm saying? So nobody took time, was like, all right, let me see what Leron got going on. Let me see what's need to be done. It was not that with me. It was just more of everybody's busy, and I had to figure out on my own. And, it was some ups and downs and some trials and tribulations and, just like for me, dating, right? I didn't have a man tell me how I'm supposed to date. So I'm sitting there listening to some rap song, hearing some random rapper talk about, hey, he got 5 hoes. Like, yeah, I need 5 hoes. So I'm like, I need one in Queens. I need one in Brooklyn. I need one in Long Island. Like, I'm just thinking, like, that's what I needed. And I'm like, that's not who I am. And I never, when I lived like that, I never thrived because that's not who I was genuinely. So I had to figure out who I was on my own. And for me, you say you reconnected with your father at 22.
Right.
I found another father figure around 26. And, he was like a real father figure to me. We was able to talk about things and have those kind of conversations. And that kind of helped me become the man who I am today. And, I always thank him for that. He passed away as well, but like I always let him know that I appreciate what he did for me.
Gotcha.
And I needed that in my life. But you was able to reconnect with your father, which is a blessing, and have those conversations with your father. And how is the relationship now with your dad?
we're thick as thieves. Like
That's
we
dope.
talk every other day, and
That's
I want to
dope.
touch on as you speak on the male figure because I think that's really important.
Mm-hmm.
The male figures on my mom's side were either it was little, it was like either they were dead or in jail,
Mm.
and I think we kind of relate on seeking for that male figure,
Mm-hmm.
and like me growing up, and as you claim dating, I
Yeah.
think I always dated people older than me or dated guys older than me, and it was like seeking that male figure, like
Yeah.
that wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to a point where it was like you brought this up, far as like having multiple partners, like
Yeah.
having one in Vegas, one in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
like living that player life,
Yeah.
which I had.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was in therapy one time and I acknowledged it. I was like, I'm becoming like my father.
Mm.
Like I'm have multiple either baby mamas or partners, and it's
Yeah.
like, wow. So
And
I believe history repeats itself.
it
Like
does until
it's
you check it.
ingrained until you
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
Wow. See, they go to lesson right there because we have to acknowledge what is wrong.
Right.
Because me, like I said, dating multiple women, I had to check myself. But then at my age, I still see people doing the same thing. And it's like, when are you going to realize what you're doing is not conducive to a positive life? Like it's draining. It's draining.
Right.
You gonna constantly seek this type of attention. Like you said, you seeking it with men. I'm seeking it with women. And it's like, it don't work. It just don't work. It's draining. It's draining as hell, and it's expensive.
Listen, I that player life, I can't.
I can't do it either. I'm glad I'm married. Like I be bragging about being married. I don't care. They be like, "When you going back to my wife?" I'm going home. Like what? I'm driving, swimming, whatever it takes to get back to my wife. I'm getting back home because I can't do it no more. It's not appealing. It's not appealing.
But I think that's why I hate to say it. Most of the men in society, especially black men,
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that, are broken. So when they meet women or meet a partner, they're missing a piece of the puzzle. So that's why most of them oversexualize women or have this experience of having more than one baby mama because either they didn't have a male figure in their life or their male figure wasn't that present or that good.
Yeah. So I could double down on that and
Mhm.
say a lot of women are broken too for the same exact reasons. Because they didn't have the male figure in their life, because they have multiple baby daddies now, because everything you just said, we could just, I don't think it mattered with the gender. It just mattered what is the root cause of not having a father in your life. And just the way you said about the men, I see the same thing with women. And I'll be like, damn, I like, what you got? Like, you want baby daddy number 4? You only 26? Like, what you got going on? Like, how baby daddy number 4 even accept you being baby, like, with 3? I don't know. That's a whole nother story for another day. But
Right.
I see the same thing with women as well. And sometimes the dating women, like, you could just visualize it, see it, and kind of pick it apart once you're healed and see people like that. You can see it.
Yeah. I think once you're in it, it's like a toxic situation that you can't see beyond the light or horizon.
It's like what they say, you can't see the forest from the trees.
Yes.
So once you're inside the forest, it's just the forest. But once you step out, you're like, oh, now I see the whole picture. Right. And a lot of people never stepped out. They don't step out. And I think that is due to the lack of fatherhood and due to the lack of male mentorship and how important positive male mentorship is, because you can have negative male mentorship. Like, say, for example, for both of our situations, you said your father was in the streets, my father was in the streets. How could I have been at a young adolescent age, trying to figure out who you are as an adult with your father in the streets and you trying to be that person in the streets? And now you just you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, little JJ, like, oh, JJ been running the streets. Now you got little JJ. Big JJ is on the block now. Little JJ is following his footsteps. And it goes back to, like, even in California, you hear about people being born into being blood and born into being Crip, like people born into gang memberships. And that's not a positive male role modelship that you need in your life.
So you asked how my relationship with my father is now, which is thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Like we talk every other day. And he told me, we had a conversation. He was like, I want my kids to surpass me. Like when his dad was alive, which is my grandfather, he surpassed his dad. So now that I'm, alive, I'm going to surpass my dad, which I think I already did. I've accomplished a lot.
That's what's up.
But he's seen like my accomplishments where I am now as a grown man.
Yeah. That's dope. I mean, I think every parent want that for their child. I want that for my son. And like seeing my son at the age he's at now and where I was at the age, like he's 20, and seeing him at that age, I'm like, he's so far ahead of being 20 that I was at being 20.
Right.
I'm still fake ID sneaking in the clubs and trying to just, you try to
listen. It's a different culture. It's a different time now. These kids,
they focused.
Social media. Listen, I remember AOL. You couldn't be on the phone and the computer at the same time. Listen,
those are some bad times, but you know what though? They shaped our lives.
Yeah,
man. They definitely shaped our lives. And now, before you had your healing with your dad, how was the dating life for you?
Oh Jesus, I was a player. Listen, and so I used to be a flight attendant.
Oh God!
So as I claim, I had like a person in each city, like Atlanta, New York, Miami, because it's like I could just pick up and go.
Yeah,
which is toxic, very unhealthy. Now that I look back at it.
Yeah, but at least you know that.
But once you're in it, it's like it's fun. I hate to say it. It's like because it's no commitment. There's no attachment.
Yeah.
But it gets old after a while.
So did you ever find yourself in like some crazy situations doing stuff like that?
Yeah, I've been in situations where because my father wasn't in my life when I was younger, like I've been in some situations where I'm like, ooh, I don't need to be in this situation.
Do you mind expanding on that or?
For example, like I'll call it maybe like a Chris Brown Rihanna situation. Okay. Where it was like some domestic violence going on.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking like, oh, if I had my dad in my life, I wouldn't be in this situation.
Did you tell your dad that? Like you was in that situation?
I don't think I've ever told anybody.
Oh, really?
Situation. This is exclusive.
Yeah, so I got the surprise.
But yeah, I remember I was dating this individual and very popular in the city. And we ended up getting to a altercation leaving the bar. And we got in the car. We were arguing. And this individual just swung on me out of nowhere. Like, hit me in my face. I was young. Like 21, 20.
Damn. How old was he?
He was maybe like 25, 26.
Okay, damn.
And I think I was such in shock. Like, you know how when you're in shock, like, you can't respond?
Yeah.
Of the trauma that's going on.
Yeah.
And I end up not saying anything. Like the whole car ride home, well, back to his house, was silent. And then, like, I was young. Like, he had the money. He had the upper hand in the situation. And I was just thinking, like, I need to get out of the situation. So he ended up going to work. I was still at his house. I ended up leaving and never looking back.
Wow. He ever try to reach out to you?
I don't remember. Did he reach out? I think he tried to reach out.
Okay.
But that's just one situation. I'm like, yeah.
It's interesting to hear that story because the lack of fatherhood put you in that situation, and I don't think it matters for gender. You know what I'm saying? So just like when you told that story, I don't know why I just visualized like a girl also going through that who's like young, inexperienced, want to be with somebody who have the status and you did not accept being, physically assaulted, but some people would. And I don't think it mattered of your sexuality. It's just that the lack of fatherhood would put you in that situation because you didn't know any better, because you didn't see any better, and you just put yourself there because, like you said, the older figure to somebody who's more dominant as far as money, you said status, just have everything. And once you got to that once you got there, you're like, this is where I want to be at. And I don't know. I think it's a good testament that you walked away from it.
Right. I think it's the lack of confidence too.
Yeah.
That keeps most people in that situation because they feel like, if I walk away, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, where am I going to go?
Yeah. But luckily you had somewhere to go too.
Right.
Yeah. Some people don't. Some people put all their eggs in that basket and they have to just eat it and live with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a scary situation. Damn, when you think about the situation I've been in because of lack of parenthood. I mean, I wasn't like really in the streets. I guess I'm more like in the street adjacent. Like I wasn't gang banging nothing like that, but I had gang banging friends, right? Like, and I think just me chasing entertainment and fun, I've been in some crazy situations like a random shootout and everybody's doing the Little Kim. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the ducking and all that. Yeah, so everybody's doing that, trying to dodge bullets. And I'm like, if I had the presence of mind not to be in these spots, I wouldn't be in these spots. You know what I'm saying? Fights breaking out in random places. And, you know, I mean, one time we just at a club and I'm with somebody who was with somebody. Like, if you had a father figure who'd be like, yo, mind who you keep around. Right. Because sometimes your friends' friends could get you jammed up. And we had a situation where my friend's friend got us jammed up where it's like maybe 10 of us and the whole club is mad at this one dude because of some beef he had. And now either we got to fight with this dude or trying to get out of there. I don't know this dude because he's a friend. I was like trying to get out of there. But it's like, it could have been bad. I had a few situations like that. Now I'm sitting there reminiscing like, damn, I wish I had the guidance of Leron, you don't need to be there.
Right. Listen, the company you keep around, I'm old now. I be in the house. Netflix and chill. That's where I be at. Netflix.
No, that's how it got to be. And honestly, like, you know, going back to the fatherhood and me being a father to my son, he's kind of like that. He's like, he's not trying to be around too many people because he understands that it could be that one person that can ruin your life. It's something that you didn't even do. You just picked up the wrong person and you get pulled over. He got legal guns and weed and coke. Next thing you know, nobody wants to say who drugs or guns it is and you both going to jail. Like, I seen that happen to a few people. So, I mean, I dodged a lot of bullets, more bullets than, you know, Neo from the Matrix, but it's just that I just wish I had that guidance at a younger age and just being in situations. Even, like you said, you know, just dating people. I've been in some bad situations too. Like, why am I here? Like, waking up in the bed next to a woman and her phone going off is her boyfriend. I'm like, why am I here? Like, why am I here? Like, if this dude pulls up, I got to fight this dude about boxes. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not.
Been in that situation as well.
See?
We won't go into detail about that.
It's awful, man. It's just awful. But I think the lack of fatherhood definitely plays in a big role of what's going on in people's lives.
So let me ask you this. Now that, well, you're a father, how do you navigate being a father because your father passed away?
I had to build a plane as I fly. So it's just like I had to keep learning these things and I had to mature. And honestly, I had my son at a young age. I was 21. So 21 is not really, it's an adult on paper, but not mentally. So I had to really learn how to be a man while I'm teaching him how to be a man as well. So yeah, it was challenging, but also fun. You know, only thing I regret with my son, and a lot of people don't like me saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I should never be my son a Knicks fan. That's the only thing I regret. I shouldn't have done that. He should have been a team that he liked. I shouldn't have chose that life for him. That's the only thing.
Listen, I'm a Knicks and Brooklyn fan. Do you guys validate parking? What? I gotta go. But What?
Yeah, I wish I never did
The
that.
Knicks is where it's at.
No, it's not.
The Knicks is where it's at.
Were you born in 1972? No.
No.
So you never seen them win a championship. Why you a fan?
I mean, that's just the home team. That's just the culture
You don't feel like
out
that no
there.
more.
I mean, but it's the culture. Please don't say you're a Hawks fan.
I'm not a Hawks fan, but I'm a Knicks hater. That's how I am. So yeah, I just wish I never did that to my son. That's all. That's
I mean,
my only
but then
regret.
everybody likes the Lakers and then Golden State.
I mean, I'm okay with that. They won championships. I'd rather him.
Chicago Bulls won championships.
He wasn't alive. You have to be alive to witness a team win a championship. And nobody in here right now has seen the Knicks win a championship.
So you think LeBron is one of the GOATs?
I'm not going to go down that road. I think he's top 5. I do think he's top 5. Yeah, he's top 5.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's by era, too, so, But that's the only thing. But I feel bad that you're a Knicks fan now.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I'm sticking by the Knicks.
Oh, my God. Have you been to a game or no?
No.
So you're not a fan?
Them prices, look. Madison Square Garden, cheapest ticket is like $1,000.
No, it's
that's
not.
Yes, it is.
I haven't been to a while, so I don't know.
It's and that's not even close to the floor.
Oh, I mean, we got lucky. We had third row seats one time, and we sat behind the president. Well, he wasn't the president then. We sat behind Donald Trump. We sat behind. This is before Donald Trump was problematic.
Did you see Spike Lee? Spike Lee is always at the Knicks games.
He wasn't at that. He was at that game. So only Donald Trump and Spike Lee had better seats than us that day. That was a celebrity. We got lucky.
I'm surprised he was at a Knicks game.
Who? Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time ago. He's a big sports fan, though. Yeah, he is.
That's my reaction to
So,
that.
so let me ask you: is your dad a Knicks fan too?
He's more of a Brooklyn Nets fan.
All right, so he's not that bad then. So that's good. At least he got that right.
We went to, I'd say one of our first bonding experiences after we reconnected. We went to an NFL football game.
Okay, that's dope.
We went to go see the Jets. Now the Jets suck. I just go for the kids and the entertainment.
Yeah,
but it was super dope.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So is a diehard sports fan your dad or just
here and there?
Yeah, okay.
It depends on who's playing.
Yeah, I'm a Die Easy fan now. Like I gave my heart to the Knicks too long, and that's why I'm just so scorned. I can't do. I spend too much money on them tickets. Took my son every 3 times a year.
It's about the bonding experience.
No, we bonded, but I could also acknowledge that it was a mistake being a fan of that team.
It was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh, man. So another thing I want to talk about is you said that you had to speak to your dad before you come have this conversation. How did that go?
It went very well. Now, honestly, I got to be truthful. I wasn't going to tell him and just have it aired. And then he would have called me and be like, what is this on social media?
Yeah.
And then I talked to my mom before I talked to him, and she was like, you need to call him. And he was like, it's cool.
That's dope.
He was like, people need to hear the relationship.
Yeah.
Making back up. Because a lot of people hold grudges. Like some fathers are not really ready to acknowledge the fact or take accountability of them not being present.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
You may be ready, but that person may not be ready.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true because I have had a few conversations with people that weren't ready. And I'm like, I don't know, try to wait, but they're not ready. I just let it go.
Yeah. And it's sad because some people don't wait until they're on their deathbed. And it's like,
now what?
A little too late to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You say you want to write a book.
Yes.
And I've been putting the fire to you. Well, I don't think I put the fire to you, but I kind of encourage you to start writing.
You put the fire to me. And I started writing the book. The name of the book is Strength Within the Shadows.
Strength Within the Shadows. Okay.
It's about a young brother from Harlem, New York, Elijah, basically navigating life through being openly gay, the relationships with his parents, the relationship with his friends. I told myself I wanted this book to be a self-motivating book.
Nice.
To overcome any obstacle or situations that you're going through. I feel like we're all connected. We all have short stories to share, and we are similar.
Yeah.
So
I believe that. I definitely believe that. Especially just having a conversation and I don't know. So when do you think the book is going to come out?
I push for Christmas.
Christmas?
I'm pushing for Christmas.
That's crazy because we discussed you thinking about writing a book
Right.
last maybe 2 weeks before Christmas.
Right.
And now you're thinking about, will it be done or out by Christmas?
It will be done by Christmas. That's my goal. I have written a few chapters, put little stories in there, so it's good.
So it's like short stories or like a novel?
I call it realistic fiction because some of the events I had to change around for protection of people. It's similar to my story growing up. I'll say some situations are like dramatic, hardcore. Like we talk about suicide, talk about marriage, talk about sex, talk about selling drugs. How Elijah walks in on his grandfather basically doing drugs. And those are the same drugs that his father sold to his grandfather.
Wow.
So just situations like that. So
sounds like it's going to be kind of dark, no?
It's I feel like it's going to be kind of dark, but at the end you're going to see where this person thrives.
Yeah. All right, so this is what I want. So you're going to write the book. So you put the fire to you to write the book.
Right.
Then I want to see the web series. Then after the web series, I want to see it on Max. So I want to see it on Max by 2028.
We gonna claim that.
All right,
listen, we gonna claim that. We gonna claim that.
Oh my God, Jerome, thank you so much for coming on, man, sharing the story and talking about fatherhood. This is a great conversation. I think this conversation needed to be had, and I'm glad this conversation is coming from a place of healing, not a place of hurt. You know, all fathers ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying that. So like you're talking about the importance of it. I'm glad you were able to come here and share your story with me.
Thank you. It was an honor to.
Yes.
I think once you acknowledge it and heal from it, and both parties take accountability, it could be like that unleashes the chains. Off of your life to keep moving.
I believe the same thing. And once you get the chains off, you could go so far in life. The full extended episode is now available for Tradition Breakers. If you guys want to join the membership, it's only starting at $1 a month. You can join at brokentraditions.com or you can join on YouTube. Thank you. Take a loss if I learn from it. And I feel like a boss, only right I go